Magandang tanghali po sa inyong lahat. Welcome to Out for Lunch on FTV. Yan po si Ali Fabiliar, and on guitars is our very own Philbert Wong from Filipino TV, and the song is No One by Alicia Keys. So that's from the Reverb series dito sa Filipino TV, one of the productions that we do for music. No? So if you want to catch the whole concert and other very talented artists that are here in Canada na pinapag-perform natin dito sa stage natin sa Filipino TV, you can go to FTV Music YouTube channel. Yan, tama di ba? FTV Music by FTV YouTube channel. Nandyan yung mga concert. Music with a K. O yan, nandyan yung mga concerts na ginagawa natin dito mismo sa stage ng Filipino TV. Dito mismo sa aming studio sa Markham. We invite Filipino artists, mga musikero, mga banda, mga singer. Ina-accompany ni Philbert paminsan-minsan, no, with the guitar. And our own Philbert is a brilliant guitarist. So, binibigyan natin sila ng center stage. So kung meron kayong mga kakilala or kayo mismo ay artist, no, and you want to show the entire Canada or the entire world through Filipino TV your talent, then you can just message us. Maybe you can perform here on our stage. Also, just like Ali Fabiliar. She's very young. She's 22 years old, if I'm not mistaken. No, and she competed in The Voice Philippines, I was told, and she's now based in Canada. Okay, Tuesday, April 14, it's a rainy day here in Toronto, but yesterday, the city got a rare Eraserheads moment. Okay, Combo on the Run, screened sa Hot Docs Rogers Cinema. Ito yung documentary ng storya ng iconic na Filipino band na Eraserheads. The screening turned into a heartfelt question and answer portion about music, memory, and closure. The documentary focused on the human story behind Eraserheads. So it showed the band's journey, the weight of old issues, and the path towards resolution. That gave the screening a deeper feel for the fans who have followed their music for years. So during the Q&A, maraming mga tanong na nag-center on the songs and the stories behind the songs. And one of the most meaningful moments, according to our very own Anjo Palasigi, who was there last night, is when Ellie Buendia and the producer Diane Ventura, na pareho nilang sinabi na ang pinaka-memorable at paborito nilang kanta sa lahat ng mga kanta ng Eraserheads is Poor Man's Grave, no, dahil meron daw itong malalim at personal na meaning. The night last night ended the way many Filipino music fans would hope. People sang along as Ellie performed classics with a smile and Huling El Bimbo. So it felt less like a formal screening and more like a shared memory in one room. So para sa mga Filipino-Canadians, this was a reminder of how E-head songs still live in people's lives kahit na malayo sila sa Pilipinas at kahit na wala na yung bandang E-head. So pakita natin yung maikling clip nung nangyari kagabi.
Tagahugas ka lang ang pinggan sa may ermita at isang gabi nasa kasama sa isang madilim na eskanita. Lahat ng pangarap biglang natunay sa panaginip na nawala kita maisasaya.
Magkahawak ang ating kamay at walang
Malay-malay na tinulungan mo ang puso ko na umibig na tunay.
Ang sarap pakinggan. Musika talaga, no, ay parte ng buhay ng Pilipino. I'm sure a lot of people will claim that not just Filipinos, pero something about us Filipinos. Like, ang lalim, no? Yung parang kailangan natin talaga ng musika. dahil, ewan ko, talagang iba yung hugot sa atin, especially Ihad Musics and Filipino music in general. Hello muna, Paulo Bukod, no? Hi from Pinas, Canada, Inc. Hello, Paulo. Standby ka lang dyan kasi yung event nila, no, ng Pinas, Canada, to where I also attended last Saturday, April 11, which was a women empowerment event. Papakita natin mamaya din yan. And Coco Martini, hi! Philbert, hi from Yutong. Ano yung Yutong? Oh, yan yung restaurant, no, na place. Kasi, ginawa kasi itong ano ano ba yung ating, yung skit ni Jeff sa The Office? 'Di ba? Merong ganun na joke. Kasi naman yung pangalan, no, hindi natin, okay, Chinese restaurant po yan. Totoong pangalan ng Chinese restaurant. Okay? Pero kung gusto niyo panoorin yung joke namin tungkol sa Yutong, punta kayo sa, hanapin niyo yung The Office, no, sa aming, sa page ng Filipino TV. And highly recommended yan. Kung medyo naiinis kayo sa mga araw nyo, manood kayo ng The Office. Okay, Raymond Santos, hello. Medyo na late si Raymond kahapon, pero ngayon on time siya, maaga siya. Glad to make it for What's for Lunch. Yes. Replying to Philbert, hindi ka daw nagyayaya. Oh, sige, habol ka doon. Kakarating lang nila doon ni Anjo. Pa-request, Ellie. Ako na lang. Wala si Ellie. Gusto mo ako na lang kumanta. Filming ngayon sa Legendary Chili Chicken. Ano yun? Yun ba yung Yutong? Legendary Chili Chicken? Aba, hindi pa tayo nakakain dyan Mag-uuwi ba kayo ng samyutom? Delectable by Zarla Jane. Hi, Zarla! Nanonood sa atin ngayon si Zarla. So, nag-scrabble lang kami dito. Bakit Scrabble? O Scramble? Ano yan? Nag-Scrabble? As in yung laro? Okay. So, para dun sa mga nakamiss nung Ellie Buendia event kagabi, nagkaroon nga ng exclusive premiere screening sa Hot Docs Ted Rogers Cinema. Kasama na dyan yung live performance ni Ellie. Pero kung na-miss nyo yan, no, today, limited release window, karamihan sa mga mainstream theaters, mga Cineplex, naghahanda na para sa wide release nito. So April 24, 2026, ito ang official commercial release date sa Canada. So magsisimulang mapanood ang documentary ng regular sa mga pangunahing sinihan, gaya ng Cineplex at Landmark Cinemas sa buong GTA, Markham, Scarborough, Downtown Ontario. Ang screening ay hati sa 2 waves, ang mga exclusive event screenings at commercial run. Vancouver, naganap na yung screening dyan at live show noong April 11 na una before Toronto sa Rio Theatre. Ang wide theatrical release magsisimula sa April 24. Calgary and Edmonton in Landmark Cinemas at Cineplex listings mula April 24. Winnipeg and Ottawa Cineplex Entertainment listings from April 24. Just FYI, the documentary of E-Heads, yung Combo on the Run, is 102 minutes or 1 hour and 42 minutes. Pero maganda daw talaga according to the ones who have watched it. It already showed in the Philippines last year, no? So tayo ngayon dito sa Canada, it's our turn to watch it. English and Tagalog yan, with English subtitles. So you can bring your friends who don't speak Tagalog. Ito rin ang pangunang, or the first time that a Philippine documentary ay nakamix sa Dolby Atmos for a full concert feel experience. Okay? So yan. Sabi ni TF Fredely, watching from Toronto, Canada. Hi, Ellie. And Mike Kabsky, hello sa'yo. So, eto muna tayo, no? Congratulations to the organizers of the Women Empowerment event that happened last Saturday, April 11, 2026. Nagsama-sama doon ang mga babaeng, mga, malalakas, matatalino, matatapang, madiskarte, mapag-arugang mga Pilipina sa iisang kwarto para marinig at suportahan ang isa't isa. And that was held in Scarborough last weekend. So I was invited as one of the speakers along with those 2 wonderful ladies with me on the stage, Kim Villafuerte, a paralegal and a mother of 4 and a professor, and Justine Haley, also a mother and a content creator who spoke about having the confidence to take up space. Justine opened up about experiencing postpartum depression and rising above it, among other obstacles. Si Kim naman, no, the lady in a white suit, She shared her journey regarding the challenges of attending law school while raising 4 children, including the financial hurdles na 30,000 annual tuition fee to take up law and the vital importance of having a clear purpose as you navigate your daily routine. She advised women to know what they want so the universe can work on it with you. On my end, I shared about my journey, the challenges of being a woman in an oftentimes toxic work environment, how people belittle your achievements, wanting to put you down, trying to diminish what you've worked hard for. I talked about how I turned my frustration over the lack of mentors into a drive to inspire others, and how to ground yourself in your purpose, and the experience of being a mother and moving to Canada despite an already flourishing career in the Philippines. So, isa sa mga mensahe na hindi ko nasabi dun sa talk, no, is checking yourself and your motivation. Making sure you're motivated by love and not fear. When we are driven by fear, the fear of failure, the fear of what others think, the fear of losing our seat on the table, we operate from a place of scarcity and stress. But when you're motivated by love, love for your craft, love for your family, or love for the community that you serve, yung energy natin becomes sustainable. Love allows us to build others up without feeling like we're losing something from ourselves. And it turns every challenge into a meaningful part of our purpose rather than a threat to our security. So Ana Patricio, a leader in the pharmacy industry, moderated the panel discussion while Bernice Galang served as the event's host. No? To the organizers, kudos for all the hard work it took to mount this event, and a special mention to the Pinas group, which is comprised of the same heads as the Pinoy Ontario vendors. Si Paulo Bucod, who is watching right now, Zarla Poblete, congratulations sa inyo, Giselle Aquino Ray, Michelle Marasigan, Brenda Galvez, Alma Kiambao, I think is watching us right now. Nandun din ang tita ng bayan na si Tita Agnes Miranda, and IFCNA President Irene Rim Heponia, among others. Hindi ko na kayo mamimension lahat, but let's keep it going, no? Let's keep that support going and not just ending in those events. Alam natin marami mga event na ganyan eh. Pero yung sa katuparan natin in our daily experiences with the Filipinos in Canada. That's the most important thing. Okay, so right now we're gonna go to our guest. No, she's the founder of Mami Mundo, one of the largest network for moms in the Philippines that she established way back in 2003 pa. And she made it accessible in multiple platforms, from actual events to workshops to websites and social media communities. So our guest today is an advocate for mompreneurship, no? And created Mompreneur Manila to provide business mentorship, resources, and visibility for mothers running their own enterprises. She's also a marketing consultant and an event producer who organizes parenting events such as Expo Mom, which has been a staple trade fair and learning hub for Filipino families for over 15 years. And the good news is she now brings Expo Mom to Canada. We have with us today Janice Villanueva. Hi, Janice!
Hi, Cherry.
Kamusta?
Hi, everyone. I'm so happy to be here, finally connecting with you again after we both moved to
Yes,
Canada.
Janice and
Yeah.
I used to see each other in her events in the Philippines. So I'm just happy to let you know that she's bringing Mami Mundo and Expo Mom Expo here in Canada. Tell us about the next event that's happening soon.
Yeah, so I really want to thank you for this opportunity because it's been a long time coming. As you know, when we move our lives, right, we kind of have to take the time to settle in. And finally, I booked the venue for May, which is a month of mothers. It's going to happen on May 30th in the Parkdale Hall. That's on Queen Street West here in Toronto.
Ayun. So, i-mark nyo na yan. Matagal-tagal pa. We'll remind you before the event. But it's on tama ba? May 30, no?
May 30.
Nakalimutan ko, it's ano pala? Mother's Day month nga pala ngayon, ano?
Yes.
Okay. Yun
Our
nga,
month.
kaya, yes, our month. It should always be Mother's Day. Oh my gosh. Like, well, I was tempted to share something about the challenges of motherhood that I experienced this morning. It wasn't an easy morning. It's always a challenge, no? But then we get
Yeah.
up. It's the important thing is how we rise up to these challenges. What can they
Yeah.
expect on May 30?
So Expo Mom has always been about connecting products and services for motherhood with the
Mm-mm.
moms and children and families. So as you know, like you said, we have overwhelming days, right? So there are days that we feel we're super in tune and in control, and then there's some days parang ay wala, it's like bahala na.
Correct. Mm-mm.
And products and services do exist that help us. So products like carriers, things that little tools or inventions that have helped mothers all these years. And then also services like support groups. There's experts who teach about good sleep, nutrition, fitness. And I feel that in my time as an advocate, that the lack is always in the linkages. Of course, now there's
Mm.
Google, there's ChatGPT and all that,
Mm-mm.
but still to be able to connect with someone who can help you. And these businesses who help moms also need to network with their market. And that's the vision of Mommy Mundo, like to bring products and services together with the moms. And most importantly, to connect all of us moms together. Because we're all in the same boat, we're all in the same journey, but we're all busy and also life gets in the way. And because of online, we think we're connected, but really, iba pa rin yung face-to-face. So that's what we're trying to do. Bring moms together in one roof with the products and resources and just have fun in a happy environment. Kids are welcome, families, daddies, of course, always welcome. We never exclude the people who help us also raise our families. So I hope that everyone will try and come on May 30th.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I'll just read some of the messages, Janice. No,
Yeah.
Alma Kiambao is watching from Brampton. Hi, Alma, and sabi ni Jackie Isip. Hi, Janice, mompreneur here. I would love to
Yay.
join. Been following Mommy Mundo and glad that there's one here in Canada. So she's one of our
Yay.
your followers. Si Jackie Isip. Si Mike Kabski. I like that motivation from fear of missing out on achievements, shifting to motivation of love. But how if the transition ripped out everything that you love? In order to survive is just to focus on achievements and goals. Transitioning can take a lot and it might take a toll on transitioners. Ay, talagang it will take a toll. Talagang,
Agree.
di ba, no, Janice, no? I mean, I'm sure
Yes.
everyone watching us who moved from the Philippines to here, may kanya-kanya tayong amazing stories, like how we survived all of these challenges and still surviving it
Yes.
until now. That's why nga, the events like this, it's more meaningful outside of the Philippines. Like when you're there in the
Yeah.
Philippines, you already see the value of it. But outside, the more, the more valuable it is, diba?
That's true. Definitely. And I guess when we're like out of our comfort zones, which is our home country, that's the time we really tested, like our values are tested. We're like raw and real here and more vulnerable. And like you said, I really agree with what you said about choosing love. Like it's easy to like choose blame or like get our temper to be in the way. But when we realize why we do this, why we exist as moms, then we kind of calm down and then know what we do. So sometimes it's good to connect with fellow moms, and that helps us remind each other, of course, of this life that we live and the purpose that we're trying to live as well.
Correct. And also no, to
Yeah.
add on to that, yung minsan kasi when you're moving from a place of fear, sometimes we don't realize that it's a place of fear. Akala natin it's a
Yeah.
place where we're just trying to make our kids safe, for example, or our loved ones safe na halimbawa, oh, wag kang uuwi ng gabi, oh, wag kang
Yes.
magko-commute or don't take the bus
Mhm.
anymore. And these are founded on real events. Like for example, delikado
Yes.
mag-subway. Talagang merong tinagtutulak dun sa subway and all that. But
Yeah.
let's look into ourselves whether we are saying those from a position of fear. 'Di ba? Kasi
Yes.
kung position of love yan, 'di ba? It might be different eh. It might be
Yeah.
said differently. Maybe the outcome is the same, but said differently. And our children, our loved ones, and all of us, we feel the energy from where that comes from. It's not just the words, it's from the actual place where that is coming from.
Yes. And yeah,
No,
I'd
yeah.
like to also share. We've been talking a lot about in Mommy Mundo about parenting a different generation than us, right? So I'm a Gen X, and then moms now are millennials, and then there are some Gen Z moms as well, and we're raising Gen Z and Gen Alpha kids. So they're differently wired than us. So we can't keep parenting from how we were parented or how we think we should be parenting kasi iba na yung generation. So when you talk about fear in parenting, it's kasi moms are kind of control freaks, we have to admit. Because we want nga safety, we want everyone to be comfortable, we want happy road trips and all that. We want our kids to have secure futures. So sometimes we kind of project that onto them, like all our fears, like, oh, anak, did you study? You have to do this, you have to do this. All the haves and the have tos and the shoulds, those are all coming from fear. And so like you said, we have to think, so why is this important? Or is this really important? Or will this really make my child happy and well adjusted? So there's a lot of conversations, diba? And
Ay,
we want our
sobra.
events to be like that, like a safe space where we can all just talk about things and learn from each other.
Oo, at saka siguro
Yeah.
kahit na hindi mo makausap man or no, kasi
Mm-mm.
minsan, how do you strike a conversation? But then, it's good to
Yeah.
know that this is really an event where they can be
Yeah.
starting those conversations with
Mhm.
like-minded mothers, diba? The fact that you're all mothers, the fact that you all moved here,
Yeah.
the fact that you're all
Yes.
Filipinos, you all have children, that's already a lot that you have in common. But kahit hindi man, no, again, the energy of that event will bond us together or will connect us
Yes.
together. So, ano pang mga, what can we
Yeah.
expect from Mommy Mundo's presence here in
Yeah.
Canada now that you're here? And we're happy that you're here.
Thank you, Cherry. One of the initiatives is the Mama Market, which we started in November. So this is the mompreneur advocacy. So I am a mompreneur, and I know how it feels to be a mom running or starting a business because we have a dream, and then it's so hard, especially here, like me, it takes me so long to activate. Like in Manila, tomorrow may event na ako, but here it's like 5 years na, wala pa naman nagagawa. But with support and, the mama markets is an opportunity for moms to like start the business in a gentle and less risky way, because you're supported by the moms in the community who are in the same boat. And then we'll all spread the word about each other, give each other tips on business. And that's really, really important. And just cheering you on to go for your dream and just do one step at a time. So that's the vision of Mama Market. And then also I'm a mindfulness teacher. So I'm
Oh.
also starting Mom Connect sessions. So Mom Connect sessions are, like you said, trying to learn how to anchor yourself and breathe in the daily life. And then also, we have a campaign called Stories We Carry. It's about recognizing the stories that we carry in our hearts. Like, for example, for myself, I'd like to share, I always thought I was a shy person. And then everyone around me is like,
Parang
shy,
hindi.
but shy.
They
And
say
then when
that.
I
Oo.
when I journal and reflect, I realized that it was my teachers would always say, mahiyain yan, or ay, si Jun is shy.
Mm.
Doon na lang siya sa parang production person siya, hindi siya like Cherry Mercado, pang backstage siya, like that. And then I realized that it just came from people saying it, but I'm not really shy. So these are stories that we want to go through. So I'm starting like a group wherein we have like journaling, mindfulness practices. It's called Mom Connect. So I'm launching that
Mm.
also on May 30. So I guess that would be the start. And then let's see where it goes. But I really hope
Oo.
May 30 will be a good start for us.
Alam mo, hindi ko pa natatanong sa'yo yung journey mo dito. Kasi nga,
Oo nga
when
eh.
you're doing that in the Philippines, 'di ba? I assume it's not that easy, and you already said earlier na hindi ganon kadali na gawin ulit 'yon dito. 'Di ba? It's not because you're established there you can do that right away here. So definitely that's been a great journey, no? And I reserve that for another day, maybe on the podcast. Yun nga, isa sa mga frustration ko ngayon, hindi ko na sisimulan, hindi ko na ko-continue yung, I have this Cherry Mercado podcast where I talk to the Filipinos here in Canada one by one. And it's about their story, it's about their journey. And yeah, life happens, there's so many
Yeah.
things na hindi ko pa
I know.
napapatuloy yon, but it would be great to hear your story also on that. Sabi ni Jackie Isip dito, parenting Gen Alphas is really challenging. Nako, totoo
Yes.
yan. No? So, yeah. So, it starts with maybe going to that event or maybe like how if they can't make it to the event, for example, Janice, what can they
Yeah.
follow first in your social media or where can they
Yes.
find the support from outside kung hindi pa sila makakapunta sa event?
Yeah, we will have online events as well. We know that it's hard to meet up with everything. With our, what you said kanina, magmamap ka pa, di ba? Magmamap pa tayo. We can't, we don't have time to meet up. So we will have online events. So the first thing we need to do is to follow us on Instagram, Mommy Mundo CA, and then sign up for our mailing list. It's all in the Instagram account. Or head to our website, canada.mommymundo.com. So you'll see information there.
Canada.mommymundo.com.
Yes.
Yung maganda yan Mommy Mundo, ang mundo ng mga ina. Kasi pag naging ano na tayo, once we start carrying our babies, no, we become a different person. It puts something in our system that makes us want to really take care of this being, 'di ba? So it changes us and it's such a it's such a big gift, no? But it's also very challenging. So before we let you go, Janice, one message to everyone watching out there, and then we can let you go.
Okay. So I guess my message would be to really embrace parenting. So for both moms and dads. And then let's try to connect with each other. I think especially after what happened to us in 2020, the pandemic, now more and more we realize the importance of real connections. And trying to find that space where you can really be yourself and also someone who will give you feedback as well on what you're doing and also keep learning and growing. So find your tribe, find your community. We all need that. Let's not be an island. It's easy to be an island, especially where we are now and in these times. But I hope that for the moms out there, if you're Filipino or if you're not Filipino, whoever's watching, if you're looking for a community and resource to support parenting and help us to be better parents, better people, because parenting is like our kind of an advocacy to change the world in our own way, right? We're raising the next generation. It's not easy. We always have to keep learning and keeping up to date. So if you're looking for a space where you can do that, please follow us on Mommy Mundo CA, or Mommy Mundo is the main brand, but in Canada, if you're here, Mommy Mundo CA. So hope you
That's
can support.
beautiful. That's beautiful, Janice. What you said about moms are also okay. Sorry.
Parenting
Nag-ano
is
ka na.
it's our mission to change the world. Yeah.
Yes,
I really
yes.
believe that. Yeah.
Oo. So,
Na mom brain ka.
oo.
True, right?
Na senior mo, di ba? Nangyayari talaga yan minsan. But again, thank you. I know you're just, you made time for us on your busy day. So, thank you so much for joining us. And this
Thank
won't be the
you.
last. We'll keep in touch.
Thank you so
Bye,
much. Really
Janice. Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Okay, so yan po si Janice Villanueva of Mommy Mundo. And I'm so glad that you were able to join us today. Ira is also watching. Hi, Ira. And for all of you who caught the program today, maraming salamat at magkita ulit tayo bukas, Wednesday, dito pa rin sa Out for Lunch on FTV. See you tomorrow. Bye!